Bam, what's up, toy collectors? Welcome today to Devonius' Domain Toy Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Masterverse new Eternia Tri Klops. I don't really have any of the Masterverse figures. I'm more of an Origins guy, and I have some of the vintage figures, and then some 2000X Motu figures from my childhood, and from like the McDonald's line of 2000X figures that they had. I was really big into those as a kid. I fucking love those. McDonald's was awesome when I was a kid because you get all those like really cool little toys and shit. And the Motu X figures were coming out in McDonald's Happy Meals, so that was awesome. But I have no Masterverse really. I don't think I have any off the top of my head other than this guy, which I reviewed on the channel a very long time ago. So I bought this guy because he was basically like 13 bucks, and I really like Tri Klops, one of my favorite Motu characters. It had a lot of accessories. I knew it was going to be well articulated and whatnot, so I was like, let's go for it. Looking at this here, this is off Amazon, so it's pretty beat up. This might have been like some overstock or something, you know, there's some like tape abnormalities and, you know, scuffs everywhere, but I really do like this packaging. I really like this new Eternia line in general. I think it's a really interesting way for them to not deviate too far away from the original aesthetics of the characters' designs, but also kind of put a new interesting spin on it, kind of make it look more updated, and that's kind of what they did here. I like this more than the original Masterverse Tri Klops. I appreciate that figure and think it's cool, but I definitely just like this. Again, it really speaks more to the original design and my appreciation of that original design. And so looking at this box here, I really like this window. I wish you could see a little bit more of the accessories. I recently did a Ron Simmons figure on the channel, and I really liked how in that box you could see everything that you were getting. Here you can't really see that, but that's okay. But getting this from somewhere like Amazon, where, you know, sometimes you can be burned by sellers, and this is already kind of a beat up packaging. It does have me a little bit worried, like, oh no, they're obscuring the missing weapons or whatever, but hopefully that's not the case here. But I do like this packaging. I really do. I don't know who these guys are. There is so much Motu lore. They could be from a one-off episode of the cartoon from the 80s, they could be from a mini comic, they could be from a DC comic, they could be from a show. These guys could be anything, and I'm honestly not sure. I know a lot of like kind of obscure Motu stuff, but not everything. There's just too much to go over. There's just so many minuscule little hidden characters and hidden Easter eggs and stuff, so I don't know who these guys are, but they're really cool. I like the kind of corner here, the curve in the corner, and then this really beautiful side art featuring this bigger profile with kind of like a snarl, one of the eyes, and then the triangle eye here with more of a serious fighting stance. I think that's really badass. I think it's really cool. Then we go here, and then we got some cool figure art, and then kind of showing off what the figure can do here on the back. That's really, really awesome. I really, really like this. And then Tri Klops, and then we've got the kind of his eyes spinning around on his helmet. That's pretty cool. Evil and sees everything. One of the taglines that they borrowed from the original Tri Klops packaging descriptor. The Technomancer's latest mechanical masterpiece worked perfectly. That's badass. Technomancer. Dubbed the Multivisor, Tri Klops gazed into the paradimension and discovered a new Eternia, where the power of Grayskull was up for grabs. Very, very cool. And we've got some of these other guys available as well. Battle Armor, He-Man, Mechanic, Tri Klops, and King Keldor. I really like that Mechanic. I think that Mechanic is really cool. If I can get that for cheap, I will get that, because that looks very, very cool with the shield and the extendo neck and everything. And again, really keeping to the original vibe of the OG Motu design, but kind of giving us a little bit something new. I really like that. I really appreciate that. And then we go here, and then Skeletor, Beastman, also from the new Eternia line, kind of in line with what you're getting here with this figure. And then it wraps around, and it's a whole little battle scene, which is really, really cool. we got to look at everything here, so let's open this bad boy up and see what we got. So I'm going to mention this real quick. I thought this was kind of funny. I opened it up and it was this. It was just this, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? And then I realized there's this open tab here at the top, and you pull the rest of the accessories out through there. But yeah, for a second I was like, wow, I was just joking about that. Did I really get like scammed or something? But yeah, just kind of funny. I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. Unique packaging. Alright, so getting a look at the figure here, we got him out of the packaging, and this is what we got. This is what we're working with. I like this. We've got some more, kind of silverish, kind of, I don't know really how to describe that, like kind of more of a shiny metal armor green with the gold here. This is one solid piece that can be split up here in the back. And then, this is really cool, the head scan. Got all the different looks you can give him. And they kind of click into place too, so you can get it perfectly like in the middle, which I think is really, really cool. The visor of Tri Klops. And then articulation here. Get it up that much, down that much. Get a lot of bend here in the elbows. Pretty good elbow articulation. We get some back and forth. And going all around here. And then some ab crunch. Some pretty good ab crunch. You can move the waist. And then go up about this much. That's pretty damn good, honestly. That's pretty damn good for this figure. And then it can go back like pretty much all the way too. It's here, kind of like the underskirt here, so you can see the joints, what we're doing here. And then knee articulation, let's see. Oh, just pinched myself. Shit. Got the double knee. Hold on. Alright, that knee was being difficult, so I did it with this knee. So there you go, that's how much you get there. And then straighten it back out. Then down. That much on that figure. And then this much up. The boots move. The boots revolve around the calf joint, which is pretty nice. And there's some rocker action there. It's pretty cool. There's like kind of like a slit here for his toe. I like when figures have that. Got the black with these gray stripes going up and down. I really like that they colored that. That's really cool. That's the kind of detail I expect with figures like this, you know. The original aesthetic, but with more detail, more paint. And so, yeah, there's that figure. And then it comes with some really, really cool accessories. This is one thing I didn't think it was coming with. I didn't know it was coming with this. It comes with an extra visor. With all these, like, more robot, more mechanical looking eyes. Which I just think is super cool. I did not know it was coming with that. So that's awesome. Then it comes with 2 fist hands, which is pretty cool. Oh, just whacked my camera a little bit there. But yep, 2 fist hands. Then it comes with the standard green Tri Klops sword. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And also comes with the gold Tri Klops sword, which might be a callback, I'm pretty sure it is, to his first mini-comic where he was featured with a gold sword. And then also, as a throwback to his first mini-comic here, we've got this sash, which is really, really cool. I like that they included this. They originally, at one point, I think their first Mattel Creations exclusive Origins figure, I think, like, well, I think it was like a fan vote. The first fan vote Mattel Creations exclusive figure was the mini comic accurate Tri Klops, and that was really cool. I had that at one point. I sold it. Pay off my gambling debts. I'm kidding. I don't have gambling debts, but yeah, I did sell it. And he came with the gold sword, came with the mini comic, came with the sash. So that's really cool that they included that. It's just a little touch that I really appreciate Mattel doing. I think that's really, really cool that they did that. Because they could have very well just made this like a standard, like, classic Tri Klops. But they went even further into their bag and really, really pulled out some good shit here. Very cool. So, let's get into this. Let's pose him. Let's see what he can do. So my closing thoughts on this figure, other than a couple of chips and scuffs here and there, this figure is pretty perfect. It's pretty great. I mean, in terms of a 6-inch Masters of the Universe figure, it's pretty perfect. It's really cool. You get kind of the classics of the classics, and you get kind of the best of the new in terms of design and stuff like that. And this interpretation of Tri Klops' design is fantastic. I think it's pretty damn cool. I mean, I kind of had to get it once it was cheaper. You know, I love Tri Klops, and I really like this look. It's a great amalgamation of what he looks like in figure form, and then what he looked like in the mini comics, and also I'm getting kind of like, you know, Masterverse and 2000X flavor from this figure. It's just awesome. The articulation is great. It's definitely more than what you can get with Origins, even though what you can get with Origins is way better than the vintage figure. This is way more than you can get with a classics figure as well. It's just a really good update to a really cool looking character, and I have a great appreciation for that. It's got 2 swords, it's got fists, it's got 6 eyes for Tri Klops, which is fantastic, especially considering going into this, I didn't know he had that extra headset, which is just awesome. And you can just get so many great poses out of this guy. I had a lot of fun posing this guy, and I mean, just look at him. He looks awesome. Coming forward to kick He-Man's ass, or whoever the hell he's kicking's ass. So, just a really awesome Tri Klops. If you're debating dipping your foot into the Masterverse line or the new Eternia line, Mattel's cooking. They got some really, really cool figures. I've a couple of times thought about dipping my foot in on a couple of figures, but it's not my main collection, so I don't really mess with it. If it goes on the cheap, I do. And this is one that I did. So if you're kind of debating, this is definitely one to start with, for sure. If you don't know if you want the Origins or the Masterverse line, I mean, that's really a matter of taste. But if you do go for the Masterverse, you do go for the new Eternia line, this is a great place to start. They're also doing the new, like, Classics Collection 2, where they got the new Classic-inspired Skeletor, you know, the vintage-inspired Zodak, and those are really, really cool. If that Zodak ever pops up on the cheap, I might have to grab that too, because it's just awesome. Mattel's really, really cooking here. They're doing a great job, and I really like this figure. And that's all I really got to say. Subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be having some more reviews out soon. I guess there's really only one thing left to say, and that is Devonius and Tri Klops out.